I'm now joined by Paul Bretl from ESPN La Crosse, one of the best Packers minds out there. If you don't follow him, go follow him. Paul, in about 24 hours, the draft is going to be right behind us. Guys are going to be hearing their names called. What's your excitement level for this weekend?
Incredibly high. I mean, the draft on its own is one of the best days on the NFL calendar, but the fact that it's here in Green Bay, Northeast Wisconsin, it gets to be at the center of the football world, what a terrific opportunity.
Oh, what a terrific opportunity indeed. And we heard from GM Brian Gutekunst on Monday talking about the Packers roster, and he said he really liked it, and he thinks they can go win football games tomorrow. But in terms of need, what do they need heading into this weekend?
So there's three positions in particular that stand out. One is wide receiver. As the passing game sputtered towards the end of the year, the wide receiver was a big contributor to that. They need more consistency from that group. So hopefully through the draft, you can bring in someone who raises the level of competition, raises the level of urgency, and that in turn raises the level of play. The second position group I'd mention is the defensive line. Brian Gutekunst said at the NFL Combine, if this Packers team is going to accomplish their goals this season, they have to do a better job of getting after the quarterback. That was something their four-man pass rush struggled to do regularly last season. Third position group is going to be cornerback. With the uncertainty around what Jair Alexander's future is with the team, they need to add some competition to that room for those starting snaps, but also for some depth behind Keyshawn Nixon, Nate Hobbs, and Carrington Valentine.
Now, if you guys don't follow Paul, Paul does a tremendous job at identifying prospects that kind of fit the Packers molds, like length, speed, all the other measurements you can imagine. He hit on Lucas Van Ness 2 years ago. He almost hit on Jordan Morgan. We talked about him almost in the draft special, but he missed your age specification. Who are the guys that fit the limits for this year's team?
Yeah, so Brian Gutekunst, this is his 8th year as general manager, going through his 8th NFL draft, and during that time there's been trends, tendencies, thresholds that have been established in terms of who do they like as first round selection. So using athleticism, position, positional thresholds, age, all these different metrics. I whittled my list down from 18 prospects that I originally started with down to 5. And on that list of 5 was defensive end Michael Williams from Georgia, defensive end Shamar Stewart from Texas A&M, Emeka Egbuka, wide receiver from Ohio State, Matthew Golden, wide receiver from Texas, and Walter Nolan, defensive tackle from Ole Miss. Those are the 5 prospects that when the Packers are on the clock at 23, I'll have my eyes on.
Oh man, if the Packers take a wide receiver in the first round, it'll be the first time since 2002, but I think Packers fans would go nuts. Who's your favorite offensive guy out of that wide receiver group to play for the Packers that you'd like to see?
For me, it's going to be Matthew Golden. I think he just, beyond the metrics that we mentioned, he checks a lot of boxes that the Packers are looking for. For one, he brings a ton of speed to the offense, and they need to find that element while they're without Christian Watson. Who's going to bring that downfield presence? But beyond that, his ability to attack all levels of the field, his ability to play in the slot, play on the boundary, those are 2 key elements to playing the receiver position. And Matt LaFleur's offense, that interchangeability allows the offense to better disguise its coverages, and he fits well with that.
Man, watching Golden in the playoffs, he was a special player. I was like, man, I could imagine this guy on the Packers roster. Kind of reminded me of Devontae Adams just a little bit. But on defense, pick one of those guys, because all those guys would be fun in Jeff Hafley's defense.
Absolutely, but I'm going to go with Shamar Stewart, and the knock on him is his lack of production at the college level. But there's something that Brian Gutekunst said on Monday that stands out with me, is they're going through the evaluation process with every one of these prospects. They're trying to answer the question, who can this player become? Not so much who are they today. And when you look at Shamar Stewart, the size, the athleticism, the versatility, the ability to be on the field for all 3 rounds, those are traits that scream high ceiling, and that's the type of player that we see the Packers covet over and over again in the first round.
Let's go a little outside of the box. Maybe not a guy who fits the Packers thresholds when it comes to size, speed. Once in a while they'll break it. Jair Alexander, Jaden Reed, they've done that before. Who's a guy that you absolutely love that's maybe not in that group?
For me, it's Kenneth Grant, the defensive tackle from Michigan. One, his play style, but look at the Philadelphia Eagles. When you have a strong interior defensive line presence, all 10 other defenders on the field benefit from that player. When he's generating push, when he's occupying space, when he's taking on blockers, that frees up everyone around him to then go and make plays. So it's not just Kenneth Grant's production, but it's the trickle-down effect and impact that he can have on the rest of the defense.
Paul, thank you so much for your time, man. You can find all of his work on ESPN La Crosse and on X at Paul_Bretl.